Hello students. In this video lecture, we are going to study about the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reactions are those reactions in which substitution is carried out by using a nucleophile. Mainly the reactions are shown by the alkyl halide. Now see the alkyl halide X minus, that is the negatively charged halogens, and carbon, which is a positively charged. Halogens, they are the good leaving group, and therefore removal of halide group with the lone pair of electron and attack of nucleophile on the electrophilic carbon. So new bond is formed between the carbon and nucleophile, and that is the formation of product. We have here the two examples for the nucleophilic substitution reaction, SN1 reaction and SN2 reaction. First, we see about the SN2 reaction. Example, methyl bromide with the NaOH, formation of methyl alcohol and sodium bromide. Now see the nucleophilic bimolecular reaction, that is SN2. 2, it stands for the bimolecular. That means the rate of reaction is depend upon the concentration of both the reactant, that is the methyl bromide and hydroxide ion, and therefore that reaction is second order reaction. And what we can denote here for that is a 2, that is the bimolecular reaction. See, this is the SN2 reaction. It is a one-step reaction. First, attack of nucleophile on the carbon of alkyl halide, formation of transition state, highly energy content state, very unstable state, and the last one is the formation of product. In the formation of product, that bond is formed between the carbon and hydroxide ion with the Br as a leaving group. We see the steps one by one. That first step, it is a backside attack. That OH minus attack on that carbon from the backside. Because that Br is also a bigger group, OH also, so to avoid that steric repulsion, that OH attack from the backside of that carbon as compared to the position of Br. And one more point is that as both are the negatively charged species, and therefore there is an electrostatic repulsion between the nucleophile and leaving halide group. And due to that, that OH minus ion attack on that carbon of alkyl halide from the backside. And that attack of that OH minus on the carbon, it forms a big bond between the OH and carbon. So it is a slow step. Okay, the time required for the formation of that step is more, and therefore that step is rate determining step. That RDS, it stands for the rate determining step and formation of transition state. In the transition state, on one carbon atom, 5 groups are present. That is 3 hydrogen and 2 negatively charged groups, that is Br and OH minus. The negative charge is partially distributed between the 2 nucleophiles, that is OH minus and Br minus. Highly energy content state, very unstable, and therefore it is a rate determining state, and that is the formation of transition state. So for the formation of transition state, what is required? The breaking of bond between the carbon and Br. So input of energy required. Input of energy required for the breaking of bond between the carbon and Br. That means in that reaction, the breaking and formation of bond takes place simultaneously. The bond between carbon and Br is started to broken, is started to become weak, and the new bond between carbon and OH, it forms a strong bond. And in the second step, a very fast bond between the carbon and OH is formed, and therefore the second step, it is a fast step. During the course of reaction, that product, when the products are formed, they contain the less amount of energy. Means they are more stable, and therefore that amount of energy is evolved during the course of reaction, and therefore what we can say that reaction is exothermic reaction. And now see the structure for the reactant and product. If we compare the structure for these two, the structure of the product is completely get inverted as compared to the reactant. Means position of hydrogen is completely get inverted. That hydrogen get complete opposite position as compared to the reactant. Means that we say here that inversion of configuration takes place. Inversion of configuration, that is also called as Walden inversion. We can better understand that SN2 reaction by energy profile diagram. It is if you plot a graph between the potential energy and reaction coordinate, we get such type of graph. That is reactant, a highly energy content state, transition state, and the formation of product which contain that less energy than the reactant. Okay, is one step reaction, and this that energy content, energy difference between the reactant and product is denoted by delta H sign, and the delta H, it is negative as the reaction is exothermic. One more term is here, that is delta E, energy difference between the reactant and transition state. That is the delta E, the energy of activation. So products are more stable than the reactant in the SN2 reaction as they contain less amount of energy. 100% inversion of configuration takes place. So that is about the SN2 mechanism. Next we see about the SN1 mechanism, that is a nucleophilic substitution unimolecular reaction. Example, tertiary-butyl bromide when reacts with the aqueous NaOH, formation of tertiary-butyl alcohol. Now see what we are taking here, tertiary alkyl halide for the SN1 reaction. For SN2, what we require, primary alkyl halide. Chemical kinetics for the SN1 reaction. Rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of only tertiary butyl bromide. Means the rate of reaction is depend upon only concentration of one reactant, and therefore it is a first order reaction, and that SN1, it stands for the unimolecular, as rate is depend upon only concentration of tertiary butyl bromide. If we increase or decrease the concentration of OH minus ion, it not affects on the rate of reaction. But if we increase the concentration of tertiary butyl bromide, the rate of reaction is also increases. Like that, it is a first order reaction. See the steps involved in the SN1 reaction. It is a two-step reaction. The first step is formation of carbocation, and in the second step, it forms the product. So first, the tertiary butyl bromide, it forms the carbocation by the removal of Br minus. As the removal of Br, carbon, it gets the positive charge and it forms a planar geometry structure for the carbocation. Means in the first step, the breaking of bond between carbon and Br takes place. It requires more time for the formation of carbocation. Therefore, it is a rate determining step. In the second step, once that carbocation is formed, the attack of OH minus takes place and formation of tertiary butyl alcohol. And the second step is very fast step, as the attack of nucleophile on the carbocation. Very easily it forms the bond with the carbocation's carbon and it forms the product. Now, see, when in the SN1 reaction it forms the formation of carbocation takes place. So attack of nucleophile on that carbon, the possibility of formation of product is 2. Because when that OH minus, that is nucleophile, attack on that carbon from the front side, it forms the structure similar to that of the reactant. Okay, that means the structure remains as it is. Means what we can say here, that retention of configuration. Retention of configuration means structure remains as like that of the reactant. Now see, for the next formation of the product, what it forms, that OH minus is completely opposite as compared to the reactant, and therefore that structure of the product, it gets inverted as compared to the reactant, and therefore it is an inversion takes place. So the possibility of formation of 50% inversion and 50% retention of configuration takes place for the SN1 reaction. And the attack of nucleophile is from the both side on the carbocation species. If we are taken here that carbon involved in the SN1 mechanism, and that carbon is chiral carbon atom. Chiral means on one carbon atom, 4 different groups are present, like methyl group, Br group, phenyl group, and H group. Means that carbon is a chiral carbon atom. So according to the SN1 mechanism, first removal of Br, formation of carbocation, and once that carbocation is formed, attack of nucleophile, that is OH minus ion, and now what we get here, that retention and inversion of configuration. That means we get that these two are optical isomers of each other. But what we get here, that one dextro form and one LUO form, equimolar mixture of dextro and LUO form. That means the formation of racemic mixture. And what also we can see here, these are the enantiomers of each other, and the formation of racemic form takes place in the SN1 if you are taken that carbon, it is a chiral carbon atom. So the steps involved in the SN2 mechanism, it is a two-step reaction. First, formation of carbocation. Second, it is a formation of product. The breaking of bond takes place heterolytically. That carbon, it gets the positive charge, halide it gets the negatively charged species. And carbocation, which is a planar geometry structure, attack of nucleophile on the carbocation from both the side, from the front side as well as from the back side. And if you are taken that carbon in the SN1 mechanism, if it's a chiral carbon atom, we get the racemic mixture. Energy profile diagram for the SN1 reaction. If you plot a graph between potential energy and reaction coordinate, we get such type of graph. Now again the same term involved here, that is a delta H. Energy difference between the reactant and product, it is negative, that is exothermic reaction. We have here the two terms for the energy of activation, delta E1 and delta E2. Delta E1, it is an energy difference between the reactant and transition state first. Which one is the first transition state? The weak bond between carbon and Br. And the removal of Br, formation of carbocation. And the weak bond is formed between the carbon and OH group. That means the conversion of carbocation to the transition state 2. That is delta E2. So these are the two energy of activation terms in the SN1 reaction. Formation of carbocation, two-step reaction. That is, two-step reaction means conversion of reactant to the carbocation and carbocation to the product. And retention and inversion, 50% retention and 50% inversion both takes place in the SN1 mechanism. So that is about the SN1 mechanism. Now we just compare here the factors related with the SN1 and SN2 mechanism. Like that, for the SN1 mechanism, it is a unimolecular reaction and mainly shown by the tertiary alkyl halide. It is a first order reaction as the rate of reactions depend upon concentration of only tertiary butyl bromide. It is a two-step reaction and two transition state. Okay, that weak bond between the carbon and Br and carbon and OH, these two transition state. And the attack of nucleophile from the on the carbocation from the both side, front side as well as back side. And if the nucleophile, it is a weak for the SN1 reaction, then also the reaction takes place with the weak nucleophile and we get here the stable carbocation as an intermediate. And for the SN1 reaction, what you can say, if the reaction is carried out in the for the polar solvent, it is a favorable for the SN1 reaction. For SN2, it is a bimolecular reaction and mainly primary alkyl halides, they shows the SN2 reaction. It is a second order reaction and one step, though it forms the transition state, but the step is one step reaction. And the breaking and the formation of bond takes place simultaneously. And backside attack, it is very important in the SN2 reaction. 100% inversion takes place, and for the non-polar solvent is also favorable for the SN2 mechanism. But what we require is strong nucleophile for the SN2 mechanism, and no intermediate is involved in the SN2 reaction. So these are the just what you can see the comparison between the SN1 and SN2 mechanism. Now see what you are studied. If you have taken the primary alkyl halide, so primary alkyl halide, what they are to supposed to show the SN2 mechanism. But if you have taken primary allylic and primary benzylic halides, then they shows the SN1 mechanism. Because now see the reason is here that if you are taken here allylic halides and removal of halides takes place. So what it form here that on CH2 group positive charge. And the delocalization of pi electron takes place and it shows the resonance structure. So it forms the stable allylic carbocation. As it forms the stable allylic carbocation, it shows the SN1 mechanism. Similarly, same for the benzylic carbocation. For the benzylic carbocation, that benzylic halide, and after the removal of halide group on CH2, it gets the positive charge. Delocalization of pi electron takes place and it shows the resonance of this benzylic carbocation, and as it is a stable carbocation, it also shows the SN1 mechanism. So what you are seeing here that though they are the primary allylic and primary benzylic halide, they show the SN1 mechanism as they form the stable carbocation. So what you have studied here all about the SN1 and SN2, that is the nucleophilic substitution mechanism. Thank you.